Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Leeds Green Wave head baseball coach Jake Wingo. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you for being here.
All right, so we've had a spring break and a couple of other weeks off, and in that time, you guys have played a bunch of games, so let's get right to it. First of all, congratulations, by the way, on winning the area. That's a fantastic accomplishment, and my understanding is it's the 5th year in a row. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yep.
You guys stand at 21-10 overall. Back on March 22nd, you played Briarwood and beat them handily 6-0. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Briarwood's got a really good team. I think when we played them at the time, that was the most complete game we had played all year.
Right.
Just pitched really well, great defense. Offensively, did a really good job, and that was a big momentum game for us.
Sure.
We know that they're going to be a good playoff team. So that was a great confidence thing for us.
Good deal. So then on the 28th of March, you played Spain Park. You beat them. It was a little bit of a tight one, 8-6. What happened that night?
Yeah, that was a huge program win for us. They're a top 5 6A team. And,
wow.
And, to beat those guys, just a huge program win.
Sure.
We were down 6-0 in that game, and we ended up tying it up in the 5th. And
that's crazy.
And then Connor Nelson hit a 2-run homer in the 6th, and that was enough to win it. And so that was a really big win for us.
Oh, good deal. Then you went on to play Oak Mountain. You lost that one 7-9. Played Stevenson on the 29th. That was a loss 4-5. And then Calera, you lost 2-11. That was a tough one. But then you got back on your winning ways with Carver Birmingham, which you played a doubleheader. Both of them, they're area games, very important. And you won both of them, 13-0 and 7-0. Tell us about those two games.
It was our senior night, and
oh wow,
we got 10 seniors, which is the most we've ever had here.
Right.
And so they got to have fun with it, and they did what they were supposed to do as a team we were supposed to beat, and so it was fun. It was a fun day to recognize our seniors, and they played well, and that secured us getting into the playoffs. So that was a big day for us.
Wow, good deal. So we're going to talk about some more games that you've played right after this message.
PrepsNet Coach Speak with Leeds Green Wave head baseball coach Jake Wingo is proudly sponsored by Canvas Traditions. Roll Green Wave. And
we're back. So, Coach, back on April 4th, you played Vincent. You lost a close one to them, 2-8. That was a tough out. But then you turned it around, got back on the winning train, and beat St. Clair 4-1. And then you followed that up with 2 very important wins against area opponent John Carroll. So first game was 8-4, second game was 5-0, played on 2 different days. Tell us about those two.
Our guys, so we played them on Tuesday and they beat us, and we didn't play very well. We made some mistakes defensively, and then we played them yesterday in a doubleheader, and we were able to beat them both games, and we played very well.
Okay.
And those were two complete games. Proud of our guys, the way they responded, and great leadership, and found a way to get those 2 wins to win the area again.
Fantastic. You got to love that. Yeah. You play Tuscaloosa Academy tonight. All important game. And what do you expect to see from the Knights?
They're a good team. They're very well coached. They're a 2A team, but they made it to the state championship in football. They made it to the state championship in basketball and baseball. Wow. I think they're kind of expecting the same thing.
They're working
so they got a great
it.
class of kids, and they're and so we're excited about going down there and playing.
Good. And then you've got one more game left after that. You play your last regular season game against Sylacauga on Tuesday. Tell us what you expect to see from the Aggies.
They're always good. They beat us last year. They're a solid team. They're a playoff type team, and so most everybody on our schedule is a playoff type team to help to prepare us for the run.
Sure. Sure. Good deal. Yep. So let's talk about the players real quick. You know, we've had quite a run of games here. Really, you can call it the middle of the schedule. Who's had the hot bat, the hot hand? Who's pitching well? Who's doing well for you right now?
It's hard to single anybody out. You know, we got a great senior group. We're a player-led team, which every good team I've ever been a part of, that's been the case. And you know, some guys that stand out. Connor Nelson,
right?
You know, he's hitting over 400 and 30-something RBIs, and Graham Gulak has had a great year. Ty Bedell, a fantastic year. You know, those guys are going to play in college. Jacob Calvin,
right?
You know, he's going to get an opportunity to play in college too, and he's had a great year. Nash Jones has done a great job leading us, and the list goes on. You know, there's been several guys step up. Like yesterday, Gavin Howard came in and really saved the game for us in game 1 yesterday against John Carroll, and Ryder Chambers did a great job in the third game against John Carroll, and so it's been a collective team group. And you know, you mentioned the 5 area championships in a row. Right. We've been blessed with a lot of great players here. We got 5 players currently playing in college, and we'll have a few more after this year. And we've had 5 20-plus win seasons in a row, and that's awesome. Just a testament to our kids and their hard work. And you know, we've had a lot of good players come through here, and so I'm proud of this group. Yes, they're very close. They've come together, and we've got a lot of good leadership, and so. It hasn't been really just 1 or 2 guys. It's a collective group as a team, and so proud of them.
Good deal. So you've got playoffs right after that. Tell us what we can expect for the playoffs. When do y'all start?
So we host the first round next Friday.
Nice.
And we don't know who we're going to play yet. They actually, Lincoln and Moody play today.
Is that a play-in game?
Yeah, it's a play-in game.
Okay.
From what I understand, that area over there has been real close. They've all split their series. And, I think there's a small chance we could play Jacksonville, but the bigger chance I think is Moody or Lincoln. Whoever wins that game is who we're going to match up with, is from what I understand. Good
deal. Well, we'll look forward to that. We'll talk about the playoffs in our next show in just a couple of weeks. We appreciate your time, and we certainly appreciate yours. Join us again, like I said, in a couple of weeks for another Leeds version of Coach Speak.